Hey everyone out there, my name is Crystal.
And I'm Tyler.
And welcome to day one of Coliseum Comics Club. We are super excited. We're going to be broadcasting some of our favorite comics here. We're going to choose some chapters to read to you guys on each and every episode. Cannot wait.
If you haven't read any of these, you totally need to. You can also pick them up at Coliseum of Comics as well. They have all of these for your viewing pleasure, along with fantastic pops and everything as well. So,
yeah, guys. So please stick around, listen to some of our chapters, hang out with us, and we're gonna have a great time.
Today, the first one is going to be Dogman. That's going to be by Dave Pikely. It's a story of a police officer and his dog who almost met and ultimately
met an untimely end and find themselves now in one body. Don't worry, it's gonna be super fun, super relaxed. Next up, we're gonna do Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, a classic tale, and this one is going to feature some of his Mickey and pals, so you guys will, I'm sure, be familiar with all of the characters in here. I mean, who doesn't know?
Mickey
right?
and his friends.
Yes.
I think we're going to start with Dogman first.
Absolutely. Here, let me get my copy out too. And how we're going to do this is we're going to present the pages to you guys so you can still see the artwork, but we're just going to do some fun, playful voices because, you know, why not? And if you're reading along at home, don't be afraid to grab your copy. Look how cute this is, guys. Chapter 1 of Dogman, A Hero is Unleashed by George and Harold. Ooh, who gets to read first?
Oh boy! My new couch is here.
She's a real beauty, Chief.
I know.
We put it in your office.
Thanks, fellas.
Oh, that's your...
I can't wait to be the first one who sits on it. Calling all cops, come to my office. You can watch me break in my brand new couch. Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
I'm excited for the couch.
Oh. Hey! Officer Knight and Officer Greg the dog, you got dirty shoes and dog hair everywhere. You're the worst cops ever. Get out of my sight. That's not good. Brand new couch, just like that.
Oh man, Chief is really mad at us again. I wish we could do something heroic to impress him. Ooh, here come the bad guys.
Uh-oh! That cop and that police dog are back.
Who cares?
Aren't you worried about those two?
Heck no! Here, check this out. Officer Knight is a tough cop, but he ain't got brains. And Greg the dog is smart, and his body, well, is his weakness.
Yeah, but what if they work together?
That might be a problem. Fortunately, I've got a solution. That's a bomb.
That is a bomb in a box.
Help! It's a bomb! That's so cute.
Officer Knight and Greg ran to defuse the bomb.
Which wire should I cut first? Red or green? Okay, green it is.
And so... Snip. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Kablooey! Oh no! I forgot dogs are colorblind!
And soon...
How do you feel, old friend?
Rough!
Me too.
Soon the doctor came in with some super sad news.
Oh, boo! I'm sorry, Greg, but your body is dying. And your head is dying too, cop. Rats! I sure hate my dying head.
But just when all seemed lost... Hey! Why don't we see Greg's head on the cop's body?
Good idea, nurse lady! You're a genius! Hooray!
So, they had a big operation. The doctor cut off Greg's head and sewed it onto the cop's body.
What a lucky day!
And soon, a brand new crime-fighting sensation was unleashed.
You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Hooray for Dogman!
So you can see the new unleashed Dogman, half cop, half dog, something like that.
Well, now we know where he gets the name from.
The news spread quickly.
Rats! I unwittingly created the greatest cop of ever! Fortunately, I know just how to stop him!
The next day. Well, well, well. So you're the world's most greatest cop, eh? Well, you better watch your step around here, bub. I'm gonna keep my eye on you. You can see in this panel, he's literally giving him both of his eyes right there. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Get out of here!
Poor Dogman's day had started out badly, but things were about to get much worse.
What's so funny?
Today, I'm going to destroy Dogman once and for all.
How?
Tell me, what are dogs most afraid of?
Firecrackers?
Well, I suppose that's true. But dogs are also afraid of vacuum cleaners. I built this last night. Gee,
Oh, that's you.
Gee, I think firecrackers would have been easier.
who asked you?
You did.
This has thousands of dollars of latest technology.
Firecrackers only cost $5.
Enough with the firecrackers! This is way cooler. And once I turn it on, it will chase Dogman, and it won't stop until he's sucked up.
Zoom.
Oh, Dogman!
Let's get ready to Roomba!
And you can see Dogman realizing he's about to be chased by a giant vacuum.
Go on and run. You haven't got a chance. This vacuum has a 6,000 HP motor, an endless power supply, and the bag expands so it can suck up almost anything.
When Dogman heard the word almost, he got a good idea. And it looks like he made a decision to go to the ocean instead of the city. So he's being chased by the giant vacuum right into the ocean. Gulp! Dude, that giant vacuum cleaner just swallowed my surfboard.
Bummer, dude.
Splash! The vacuum followed Dogman into the sea.
Hey, let's get out of this water, okay? I can't swim. Besides, this vacuum cleaner isn't supposed to get wet. That's no fair.
Dogman dived down, so the vacuum started sucking up all of the sea. The vacuum got bigger and fuller and fuller and fuller. Meanwhile, under the water, Dogman was losing the battle. Gulp! The vacuum cleaner had won the war. Or had he?
I gotta get out of here before this bag of seawater bursts. Whoa!
Boing, boing. Petey grabbed on with his claws.
Suddenly, the vacuum bag began to rip. Rip! Pop! Petey got washed away until the super tidal wave. It looked like this was the end.
Oh, look how sad he looks. I almost feel bad for him.
He's a bad guy.
Hey! You betrayed me! You're not such a bad guy after all! I've got one word to say to you. Click! Rats!
Well, that was chapter 1.
I guess that's the end of chapter 1. Do you want to show them what they get at the end of the chapter? It says, introducing Flip-O-Rama. Be a flip master, and here's how it works.
Extra cheesy.
Flip it, don't rip it. So it's got some instructions here for the reader, which is really, really cute. And if you look closely, it starts with step 1. First, place your left hand inside the dotted lines marked. Left hand here. Hold the book open flat. And then grasp the right hand page with your thumb and index finger inside the dotted lines marked right thumb here. Step 3. Now quickly flip the right hand page back and forth until the picture appears to be animated. So this is like one of those old school flip books that they kind of did for you guys.
And for extra fun, try adding your own sound effects.
Huh.
Oh, I guess the chapter's not done. So
Oh.
once you do that, you go to the next page and you do exactly what Crystal said to do. And you can see this ending here. The tidal wave got smaller and smaller until it ended at just the right spot. Hey cops, Dogman captured Peter. This calls for a celebration.
For he's a jolly good doggy.
And then if you did the flip, it would look like the Dogman is falling up, jumping up into the air.
Oh, how precious.
For here, he is a jolly good doggy. Well, Dogman, I guess I was wrong about you. Put her there. Hooray for Dogman!
Now, how fun was that?
Chapter 1 of Dogman.
Well, guys, be sure to let us know what you think, too, because I thought this was hilarious. Obviously, I couldn't stop laughing throughout the whole thing.
It's very fun.
It was super cute. All right, guys, and that wraps up Chapter 1 of Dogman. So, we're going to continue on with Treasure Island, starring Mickey Mouse. Now, as we understand, Mickey does have a lot of classic, super classic voices, but we're going to just kind of do our own thing. Yeah. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's jump right into it.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1, Treasure Island, starring Mickey Mouse.
If sailor tales were sailor tunes, storm and adventure, heat and cold. If schooners, islands and maroons, and buccaneers and buried gold, and all the old romance retold, exactly in the ancient way, can please as they pleased of old the wiser youngsters of today.
Jim?
So be it, and fall on. Robert Louis Stevenson to the hesitating purchaser.
Jim!
Ah!
Jim Mousekins.
Treasure Island, Part 1. Here I am, Aunt Melinda.
Oh, you blessed boy. You fell asleep, still dressed again, didn't you?
No. What makes you think that?
Go bring breakfast to the captain before it gets cold.
Right, the captain. It's his fault I'm spending my nights peering out my window at the road that leads to the inn, watching for the fearful cat with one hind paw. He's always talking about and afraid of hearing his wooden leg clacking on the cobblestones. And to think that my greatest fear used to be breaking a glass. Sorry, the kitchen's closed. But that was before he arrived. Sir, it was some time ago, but I remember his imposing bulk at the door. His step heavy under the weight of that mysterious chest. Thunk, thunk. I remember being hypnotized by the enormous white scar that cut across his right cheek as he leaned on the counter to ask for a double black tea unfiltered with shot of turpentine, boy. Right away, sir. How could I object? My legs were trembling like jelly. Then I heard him go to the nearest table whistling an old sea tune that would become familiar to me with time.
15 men on the old gray chest. Yo ho ho, and a kettle of tea.
Oops! Good morning, Dr. Lively.
Careful! Youch! It was before I ran into you. Or rather, before I ran into your tea. Besides, I've been saying that swill is bad for you for years. But everyone insists on consuming it large quantities, unaware the level of alkaloids they're ingesting is so high it is in fact toxic for the body. It would be much healthier to sip a tepid herbal tea, an infusion of medicinal herbs with calming or soothing properties. But blah blah blah, and also blah blah
Dr.
blah.
Horatio Lisley. He comes in every day to check my aunt's blood pressure and give her herbs and organic brews of all kinds of ailments.
Oh, doctor, my arthritis is terrible, and I'm afraid I'm coming down with the flu.
I suspect my aunt is a bit of a hypochondriac. She's also flattered by Horatio's attention, and she likes fussing over him.
But let me take your jacket first. It should be washed, right? Away, or the stain won't come out.
I don't know which of these two is more bizarre. An old woman with Rudyism who opens an inn at the sea, or
an Englishman who slanders the national drink.
at this rate, I wonder what will become of us. Your breakfast. Murky tea, limp bacon, and flavorless eggs with a pinch of gunpowder. I hope this time it's most explosive. Wait, boy. His breath was heavy with old tea. Luckily, there was something to distract me from his scarred gaze. Oh, today was first of the month. Some time before, the captain had promised me a 4-penny piece of silver the first of every month, as long as I kept watch, and told him as soon as I spotted the cat with one hind paw on the horizon. And that is the most unpleasant character, who had begun to haunt my dreams. With a nod, I withdrew, as I was well aware of what would happen next. Once breakfast was over, the captain would go out, walking on with the bay, with his spyglass at hand. He avoided talking to anyone who addressed him.
Excuse me, good sir. Could you tell us the name of a pleasant place to have lunch?
No. When he came back, he also asked, "Have you spotted any sailors on the street, boy?" No, sir, not one. He didn't receive mail or write any letters. He didn't talk to anyone aside from the occasional diners at the next table.
So you wanted to keep us in the dark about this marvelous cuisine, eh? You rascal.
I've got other secrets to hide, old man. And only after several cups of black tea, so strong it loosened his tongue and opened the slits of his eyes. He spent the evening in the main room, next to the fire, telling a few brave listeners his frightening stories of storms, exploits, and wild places in far-off lands, mutinies and duels, treasures and disappearances, all linked to the legendary and wicked Captain Bolt. Then he withdrew to his room upstairs, where he kept his chest with no one who had ever seen him open it. Good night, Captain. Keep watch, boy. If you want to dream, make sure it's with your eyes open. And which had the captain's real name engraved on it. Big letters, a name that everyone took not to use, because him himself had never mentioned it. You can see there on the chest there, it says Plotty Bones.
Plotty Bones.
Plotty Bones. I was beginning to think things would go on this way forever.
Silence over there on the bow. Are you addressing me, sir?
Every day there were brief, harmless quarrels between the captain and the doctor.
If you don't put that fork down immediately, I promise you I shall set about having you removed from here as soon as possible. Since, as well as a doctor, I'm also a magistrate. Oh, did you hear that, Livesy dear? So clean and fresh in his white wig, with those bright eyes and refined manners. And he can stand up to the surly old fellow better than anyone. Are you done with that?
And his evening tales became more dramatic and brutal. This routine made him less cautious around him, and I hit him mercilessly like this. But he was a tough nut. He got up, brandishing his saber, so I was beginning to wonder whether his stories were engraved or even made up. Like when the captain confined me to that, he had been none other than Old Bolt's first mate on the Walrus. Are you serious? Yeah. Listen closely, boy. I know secrets that some soon will try to take me by force. and blah blah blah. I was starting to think that Plotty Bones, known as the Captain, was nothing more than an old windbag, until that foggy afternoon made me change my opinion.
Boom, boom, boom. And it seems we have a stranger approaching.
Walking right up to the inn. It was an old blind man, bent from age and weakness, wearing a ragged sailor's hat. He asked you about... and? Well, I got the impression this wasn't a friendly visit. Just then I saw you coming back from the bay, and I felt I had to do something to stop him from finding you. Of course, he's staying with us, but he's gone out. Maybe he'll be back for dinner. And I admit, heavy a sigh, relief, when I managed to get rid of him. It was the blind man. Blast it, boy, they found me. Captain, what about your tea? It's 7, and the captain still hasn't come down. Everything will get cold.
Jim, go call him, please.
Right away, Auntie. Captain, your dinner's ready on the table. Knock, knock. Is everything all right, sir? Excuse me for intruding, but... Captain? Huh? Seems to be a letter on his desk there. And it says, "Well, boy, I'm off. It's not that I'm running away, you know. More than anything, I'm chasing a lifelong dream. And this time it's time to come. It is time to do it. It is time to admit the truth. The sea, I can't stand it. Humidity, salt, air, nauseating rolling waves, pirates. I'll steer clear of all of that. Not oceans, but Alps. Not swords, ice picks. I've always longed for the mountains, to gain not treasure, but great heights. And all that walking back and forth across the bay, training, perseverance, discipline, preparation for the feat that I finally feel ready to face, climbing the legendary Mount Blanc. I have to go now. Do you understand? Before Pew and the others can stop me. Please give your aunt my apologies for the abrupt departure. I hope the contents of my chest will be enough to pay for room and grub. You weren't expecting this from such a rough old scoundrel, were you? Don't thank me too soon, young Jim. I've always left you some fish to fry."
Nephew, are you up? Are you up there? It's late. I've closed the restaurant and...
But you're a clever boy. I'm sure you'll handle it well. Good luck, Plotty Bones.
Oh my heavens, what happened in here? And where did the captain go?
He left, Auntie. But his chest, it's still here. You can see he uses the key to open the chest there.
The odor of aged black tea. So pungent.
A few objects from foreign places. Nothing that looks valuable, though. Wait.
What did you find?
A packet. Maybe it contains papers. And a little bag that jingles. Hear that lovely sound?
Jim, is something wrong?
Shh. Clack, clack, clack.
Curse, it's locked.
Phew. He's leaving. But something tells me he's not giving up. We need to leave quickly.
Leave? Why? Oh, my poor heart. You're asking me to flee a thief from my own inn.
I'm asking you to trust me, Auntie. You'll be safe here. I'll come back soon with help.
If I'm still here, I feel myself fading. You'd better call a doctor, too.
That's exactly who I was planning to ask. Today is Wednesday. As usual, he'll be at dinner with his friend, Squire O'Honey.
Intruders attacking the inn. There's not a minute to lose, young mousekins. Hastings, tell the police immediately. Dr. Livesey and I will head to the Admiral Benbow ahead of the law enforcement.
Right away, sir.
I have my horse saddled.
Chomp, chomp. You can see everyone jumping on the horse there. A bit of piled on that horse.
Oh, goodness. All three of them, huh? Hold on. Turn my page. Giddy up, handsome. You've lost some agility since the last time I rode you. And you haven't lost an ounce since the last time I put you on a diet. Well, you lazy brutes. Are you going to take this door down or not?
We're trying, boss. It's not an easy job.
Maybe you should rethink your scheme, Mr. Pugh.
My name is
There
Pew.
you go. Oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Doesn't matter, you're still under arrest.
There's the inn. Run, Mouskins. We need to stop those scoundrels from getting away.
Until the police arrive.
Oh, such efficiency. We can finally relax. Of course, we really need to grab a bite after that ride. Aren't you forgetting something, dear Squire?
Aunt Melinda! Did she fall asleep?
Yes, Mr. Squire. After a nice organic chamomile tea.
Just as the doctor ordered.
Good, Mouskins. Now it's time to open that mysterious packet, don't you think?
I couldn't wait. It was a map of the island. Coordinates, shallows, names of mountains, bays, and coves. All the information needed to reach it. You can see the big old map. And right in the center of the map is a X. You know what X means, right?
The spot!
X marks the spot. Before I could connect the discovery to the secrets about Captain Bolt Bones had told me, an excited look.
Livesey, it's decided.
The doctor and Ohani had already exchanged a knowing look.
Mouskins will be our cabin boy. You'll be his ship's doctor. Tomorrow I leave for Bristol, and in 3 weeks I'll have the best ship in England at my disposal.
And the cream of the crop of crews.
Oh. So, what do you think, Mouskins? Oh, the brig's a marvel, isn't she? Capacity 250 tons. Agility, dexterity, and the most exotic name.
That guy doesn't seem very impressed.
You're looking at the captain boy, Mr. Lockett. And to be honest, he and I don't like each other all that much. He's already made it clear he doesn't like the crew he's been given.
And I don't like the fellow who's been blabbing about our mission.
It couldn't be that you, my loquacious friend, let slip a few words to the men about the real goal of this trip. You offend me, Horatio, and you show little faith in this skilled crew, who were assembled by a very admirable fellow, a longtime sailor I ran into by pure luck on the dock in Bristol. Long Pete Silver, he's called, an innkeeper who, though he lost a leg while serving his country, was looking for a position as the ship's cook so he could continue to sail the waves. Now, I was too excited about our departure to pay any attention to the bickering between the squire and the doctor. Oh, that was you, sorry.
I spent years fantasizing about the ships I saw from the windows of the Admiral Benbow. And now I found myself boarding a Rio Borghente, on the island of an unknown island in search of a hidden treasure, with a boatswain blowing his whistle and sailors with oiled ponytails chanting, 15 men on the old gray chest, yo-ho, and a kettle of tea.
Oh.
A shiver ran down my spine when I heard the familiar song coming from below deck, but I didn't have time to rethink it, because... Hey, you cabin boy, what are you doing there? Off with you. Go to cook. Get to work. I'll have no favorites on my ship. I headed to the kitchen. I hated Captain Lockett and felt sorry for the jovial Squire Ohani. That's when I bumped into him. I admit it. For a second, I thought that tall, strong sailor might be none other than the cat with the one hind paw I'd so feared at the inn. But then, well, I met his open, surprised gaze, and I knew after having seen Bones and Blind Pew with his shady gang, I could tell the difference between a pirate and an honest innkeeper. You're Mr. Silver?
That's me, little one. And who might you be?
Jim Mouskin, sir. At your service.
Did you hear that, old friend? We've got a real respectable guy here.
Pieces of 8! Pieces of 8!
All right, I'll introduce you. Jim, this is my most loyal ally, Captain Bolt.
Captain?
Pieces of 8!
But you mean the parrot?
Exactly. You think it's funny, do you?
No, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It's just that.
I gave you a good scare, young man?
Oh,
Laugh away, boy. It does the soul good.
Silver. Long Pete Silver.
Pieces of 8! Pieces of 8! Caca!
I liked him instantly. And that was part 1 of that lovely treasure island.
That actually turned out a lot more intricate and fascinating. I really like the characters.
Very good.
Yeah, nice work. Guys, thank you so much for joining me and Tyler on day 1 of Coliseum Comics Club. Stay tuned to the Facebook page for Coliseum of Comics. We're going to continue some and hopefully introduce you to something new that you've never gotten to read before. So stay tuned.